What's up? Hello. I doubt there's anyone here yet cuz I think there's a little bit of a surprise. But hello. Quick little surprise surprise theory stream. And also somewhat to test one or two back end stream modifications. Not going to be anything major, anything that like will really stand out on your guys' end, but small things that should be good, I think. Also, I just realized I didn't need to do a lot of what I just did. Wait. Speaking of, I'm reusing a different. Oh God. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, because I'm reusing a different environment, like a different scene that is originally from the normal Critical Eye stream, and we don't need it. Surprise stream, surprise members only stream. Because I have not done a members only in quite a long time. And we have some notes to get through. Oh my God, it's on top of everything. Get that out of here. But also get that out of here. There we go. And kerblam. Awesome. And that's there, and sweet. Okay. Yeah, I don't know exactly how much theorizing we exactly have to do, and I don't want to go too long on stream today because I'm still not like entirely recovered. I would say. Not that I'm doing too bad. It's really not I'm not so bad. It's more just I was too bad to do Critical Eyes, because Critical Eyes has like a higher, I would say, like required effort, if that makes sense. Where like I just have to like be to be more on. I can't be, kind of like zoning out because it's all like it's all like one shot. you can see how slowly my brain is moving at the moment. But it's all like one shot, one opportunity, if I'm a little slow or like not on my A game, or even I don't even necessarily need to be on my A game, but like my B game, Say right now I'm closer to C or D. If I'm not on my B game, then and I miss, say, like the Larkin moment, if I'm not fully there when the Larkin moment comes, there's no like getting it back. There's no take two. So yeah, unfortunately, like I really love that it is like scheduled and so that people can be there. But also the kind of scheduling nature of it kind of means that I am not always going to be able to do it. Also, we're dropping frames? What the hell? Hopefully that was just at the beginning. Nope. Oh God, we're continuing to drop frames. What the fuck? What's happening? I don't know how I look. How I look or how noticeable it is on your guys' side. It says it's about 3.7% of total frames have been dropped. Ah, fucking hell, dude. That's not good. That's not good. You look good. The drop frames weren't obvious. Okay. Yeah, because fuck, are they still happening? What the hell is going on? Yeah, I have no idea. I can't even begin to guess why. I'm going straight into the fucking I mean not the modem, but I'm going straight into the master router, which itself goes straight into the modem. So something must be going on with like our internet broadly. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Daniel. The motherboard died. That's very sad. I've had this. I've had this happen. Surprise upgrades are the least fun. But you missing the Larkin moment was the best moment of that stream. Oh yeah, no, that's not even. It's not when I say, you know, like not being all there, like not being at like my A game. It's not in terms of like getting stuff. Like I think during Wednesday's stream, I was on my I would say I was on my B game. I wasn't like the best I've ever been, but no, it's more like right now I don't think I could like keep the energy to give that rant about Larkin. You know, and it's those sorts of moments that like regardless of what I pick up on or not, it's the like um it's having an amount of like direction and momentum in my like talking and in my performance that when I'm, you know, when I say I'm like not on my A game or whatever, when I'm not like all there, it's I my default state is pretty quiet. And so if I'm sick or if I'm feeling bad, I default more towards that side of things, more towards just like quiet. And that is not great for stream in general. But you know, if I was just like, I don't know, playing a video game, like playing Valorant or something, where every, you know, match is essentially the same, it's the same core stuff, then that's one thing. But when it's like the consecutive, sequential, episodic stuff, uh, if I'm not on, you know, if I'm not able to like pow 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 at any given episode, then I just lose that one. But you know, like I said, is what it is. Nothing I would change about Critical Eyes to like what do you call it, to like offset that. I guess it's just a part of it's a part of the fact that it's live and genuine and scheduled. Those are basically, you know, the three factors, and I ain't changing any of those. But anyways. So we are the last, or I guess I should go from most recent to least recent. I should go in backwards order, I think. Oh my god, we're still dropping frames. What the heck? But you said the output looks fine on your guys' end. I can't imagine it's because I'm doing I can't imagine it's because I'm doing a members only. That'd be weird. I'm gonna run a quick speed test. Just to see what the router even says. Oh my god, yeah. It's not even like we had like a, you know, a big moment. And my like network usage should be a lot lower than it normally is, because I'm not even going to Twitch right now. So it should be fast or better. There should be less bandwidth requirements. I don't know what the hell's happening. This is very weird, very weird. I mean, I could lower the bitrate. Oh my god. Yeah. It's telling me I have like let me try to I'm just going to try to go down to 4000 kbps, which I think that'll be enough to support the stream quality, I believe. It's just a little bit less reliable. And it's interesting because YouTube's not giving me any YouTube's not giving me any warnings. Yeah. We will inform you if things start being weird on our ends. Okay. Oh, this is very, very strange. Because it's definitely like, it's like, oh man, look, it's, yeah, I'm at 7.1% of frames dropped across the entire stream. Super, super strange. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just push forward and keep monitoring it. The internet speed test came back fine. I mean, I guess it could just be not necessarily like weather related. Well, I guess weather related. I guess something could be happening just to the entire like provider area. Strange. Okay. Anyways, let's do some organizing. Hopefully, I think, yeah, I have some duplicate documents throughout here. And I don't know, last modified at 0613, created at 1212. Good. Oh yeah. There was like a weird syncing issue, and a bunch of the articles in the Obsidian got recreated, which is not great. So like all of these like Thordak, Vorugal, Umbrasyl, a lot of them got recreated. So I actually think Umbrasyl, yeah, I think the most recent Umbrasyl over here, yeah, is actually in Seemingly Dead, which I think I'm gonna take out Seemingly Dead as like a category. I think I'm gonna leave people that are NPCs that are seemingly dead in their broader categories, and just put like a dead like marker on them rather than moving them over into their own special category. Let's see. So then we don't need that Umbrasyl. But it's also hard because I have to cross-check these because I don't know which ones are the most recent, most up-to-date. Okay, Smokey. We're moving back in there. Oh, there's 2 Salis Briarwoods. No. Okay, that one can get fucked. Delilah 1. Okay. All right. Critical Eyes check-in, Critical Eye exam. 2200 on Larkin. Critical Eye exam could be good. I like Critical Eye exam. That could work. For a naming convention. Is this because you trust their deaths even less than before? No. It is mostly because is mostly because I've started moving things into the world anvil, this over here. And World Anvil has its own like death markers and like, when did they die and blah blah blah. And so it makes less sense to do it on World Anvil. So I'm kind of starting to, as I move things over to World Anvil, I want to start kind of prepping them, I guess, in some ways. Delete. Okay. We're just going to move everything into here, and if they get like ones on them, then we'll know to change them. Yeah, like Rhyme Fang got a 1. See, and they're all like basically identical. I don't know what happened that caused all of this duplication. I have like an idea of what did it. Because basically I moved to a new way of syncing them, but I think I had both of the syncing methods like active at the same time for at least a little bit. And so I think that caused a lot of this. Okay. Do we have another Thordak? We have another Thordak. We have another Vorugal. Okay. Okay, yeah, one is clearly much more done than the other. Let's see, Thordak. This one has 1250 words. This one has 166 words. Okay, yeah, this one gets deleted. Raishon Human, Raishon Human. Yeah, those are the same. I also need to actually sync. No more Raishon Human, only Raishon Dragon. A young woman, let's see. Main human form goes by Raishon. Or I should say info regarding main human form. We're going to throw that into there. Let's see. There we go. Green dragon. Okay. Okay, and then we can delete that for Raishon. Perfect. Okay, I think that probably fixed a lot of things. I also have this big section for seemingly unimportant randos. Let's see. Oh wait, Pervan. Pervan isn't an apparent enemy. Oh, because I just drug all of the dead people into apparent enemies, which they are not. Pervan and Ornn are not enemies. Ornn Blackfoot is a totally unimportant rando. Let's see. Sondor? Yeah. Okay, yeah, he's Sir Gregory Finch. I think he's a seemingly unimportant rando, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Doop. And then yeah, Shen. Also enemy. Yeah, that one's true. Kevdak, Gavarn, Jurazel, Hodis. Well, I think Jurazel is probably not important. I guess I'll keep him there. Why not? Okay. Cool. I think that all works. Okay, cool. So now, yeah, we're still dropping frames, although we're dropping less, it seems, as time goes on. Maybe it was just a random hiccup in my internet, just an unlikely coincidence. It could be. Let's see. Okay, nothing for that one. Let's pin this guy. Okay. I don't remember. Oh, okay. There was some stuff about Draconia in this episode. Let's see. Draconia. I guess probably a landmass. Yeah, okay. Draconia. Let's see. I have nothing about Draconia. Okay, well. Let's see. Floating islands. I believe above Wildmount. I think the ravine is in Wildmount. Above Wildmount. In the south. I believe it was eastern. South. Eastern side. I don't remember if the floating islands got torn down or if the floating islands are still there. They're just empty. Don't remember if the islands themselves fell during the Chroma Conclave attack or if their populace was just slaughtered. Slaughtered? Slaughtered. Let's see. I love looking back at what you wrote about the characters and seeing some funny descriptions, like Sondor being described as an incel. Yeah. Look. I like to write evocative language in my notes. It makes me remember better. Lol. Let's see. Inhabited by Draconians, which were culturally separate from the Ravenites that lived and worked in the ravine below the islands. Ravenites, culturally separate. Good spelling. Sondor is an insult. It's true. That's what I'm saying. It can still be a funny description even if it's bang on. Yes, sir. Draconia is in Wildmount, southeast of the Ashkeeper Peaks. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. My question, I guess the thing that I don't remember about Draconia is whether or not during Vorugal's attack the islands actually fell. Like literally, like fell to the ground, or if they're still floating up there, just empty. I don't really remember. That's fine. Draconia. I guess I'm still gonna count the ravine as part of Draconia. So we're gonna go with a separate section. The ravine. And we'll just start current home of the Ravenites faction. Okay. Currently snowy and icy. Although the snow and ice, etc., is not natural for this environment, it is confirmed to be from Vorugal. Did that? I should make sure. Wait, there's still a Vorugal 1? What the fuck? Where? Alright, we're gonna have to fix that later. No. That's fine, though. Current home of the Ravenites. Do we have an article for Ravenites? We do. Beautiful. There's no way we have one. Well, we definitely have one for Wildmount. But there's no way we have one for the Draconians. There's Draconia. Nah, okay. That's fine. We don't really need one for them. Okay, Standing Stones. That's fine. Let's see. Larkin. God damn it. Let's see. Gotta get the Raishan article back out. Chroma Conclave, Raishan. There we go. Let's see. Was impersonating assume. Oh, that is not how you spell assume. Assume. Was impersonating seeker assume in Whitestone. Has now aligned with Vox to try and take down Thordek. Has another alias called Larkin. God damn it. Osisa mentioned when they met her after the CC attack that she saw the islands of Draconia falling and crumbling in a vision or scry. It's now at the bottom of the Dremoth ravine. Got it. Okay, cool. Cool. I remembered it being mentioned, but I didn't remember which. Okay, so the islands have now fallen and crumbled into and around the ravine. Okay. Hi, what's up? I know you're fine. What's up? I know you're just antsy. Because I had a doctor's appointment this morning. No! She hates that. I would like cats. Oh, wait, this isn't about the show. All right, 115 in the books. Stream notes, stream daily notes. Boop. Oh, wait. Oh, thank God. Okay. So these, I should move all these into the to be organized segment. 1 second. Paige is calling me. I'm going to let her know I'm on stream and see if it's important. Be right back. I didn't even need to switch to the other screen. I should have known. I was like, do I need to switch to the BRB screen? I did not. Let's see. Stream notes to be organized. Boop. Okay. So these are the ones. So we're going to pin that guy, unpin this guy. Boop. And then open up a new tab. Okay. So during this one, this was EP70. This was all about their Raishan interaction and reveal. So let's just preemptively open up Raishan. Parent enemies, Raishan. Okay. What do you claim your motives to be? Okay, we're gonna make a new segment that's backstory. Backstory from Raishan's own mouth. Take that for what it's worth. Oh man, it was a long one. I copied all of that. Okay. Now let's clean this up a little bit. Southern side of the storm crest. Okay, Thordak is keen of eye. I was cursed half a century ago. Okay, wait. That's a new paragraph. When I infiltrated and toppled a temple of Melora that was built by a high druid for her roving peons, as I consumed her last follower. So half a century, 50 years ago. She gave her dying breath to spite me. The sickness that she imparted was merely an inconvenience, but as the years wore on, it spread and worsened. I left my pursuits of base interests and began to obsess over a cure before it took me. I burned through servant after servant to find anything on such a disease. Everything failed, everything. Thordak somehow noted and recognized my ailment. He said, "You are unwell. A rare malady upon you. It will claim you in time. However, I've traveled the world. I've gathered many secrets. And I know how to be rid of it, to burn it out of your system with a fire you will never find." So that... I might have to go deal with the dogs. Oy, oy, oy. The dogs are anxious. I can burn... I've done it before. I've done it before is a little interesting. I guess implying that he has burned away a soul sickness before. Whatever cure he knows, he has done before. I can burn away the worst of the illness. And I know in my heart that he spoke the truth that day, that dragon. When asked what he wanted in return, he said, "Your servitude." We made an agreement. He would return once he marked his domain. Okay. We discussed terms. However, he did not return. I grew furious and sought answers, only to find he was brought low and sealed away by some assembled others, some fools from Iman. It took me years of seeking, but I found his whereabouts. I was not going to let my chance to strike away this bloody curse slip from me, so I met him on the fire plane. Over the years, I saw his swelling, his pained form. He spoke of plans, ideas for domination, but he would not relinquish the secrets. Okay. Let's see. There we go. I promised I proposed the conclave. I assembled the others. I negotiated the agreements. I corrupted the binding stone. I prepared the Pyragate. I did everything. As time went on, Thordak's clarity muddled. I prepared the Pyragate. I mean, we saw in the we saw the vision of her. Yeah, we saw the vision of her. So that kind of fits. That's not really new info. It could be construed as new because the word like prepared is a little specific, but I think we could have implied that from the info we already had. What's up, Lark? Anytime Larkin is mentioned, the Lark in it is highlighted because of my name, which is kind of funny. That is funny. I like that. Let's see. Seemed his bindings, the power that he was absorbing, was beginning to drive him mad. So we did not have any more time. I needed to initiate the escape before he lost enough to forget our agreement. The means to even fulfill his side of the bargain. No celestial solstice as planned, but Winter's Crest would have to do. So it was originally planned for the celestial solstice, and Winter's Crest is not a celestial solstice, but it is still a day of power, it seems. Which we already knew. Like we already knew that Winter's Crest was a day of some manner of power, but it seems to be somehow lesser than a solstice. Okay. He laughed at my requests. I see now that he does not mean to tell me, and never really did. As his mind began to go, he enjoyed the seat of power over you, over me. I want him dead. And laugh at his misfortune. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I mean, we already know that Thordak seems to have been resurrected at least once, because Devosa very clearly claimed that they killed Raishan or Thordak, and that his body went into the Osmit. So we have a very, like, I guess it's not unbelievable that he would also have what am I saying? It's not unbelievable that he would also possibly have this sort of secret to cure her spirit curse or whatever. I don't know. As a percentage, how reliable of a narrator do you rate Raishan? I rate her as a reliably unreliable narrator 100%. I rate her as 100% reliably unreliable. I would not trust a thing that she says about her, but I think, trust what she says about Thordak. But it's also, I mean, we have to take the whole thing with a grain of salt. So I guess that begs the question, back to the percentage thing. I think I'd give her about a 50-50. Because not only are we getting the story from a decidedly alien mindset, which Matt does seem to be trying to embody with these dragons, is this sort of alien mindset, and ego, huge amount of ego. But also it is a creature who is specifically, like, I don't remember what it's called, like the diseased deceiver, I believe was her like code name. So I mean, it's a creature that is, according to them, capable of inherently knowing truth from lie, and I think could very easily, I think in that sense would be very used to telling half-truths or to leaving out very specific information. I think Percy said something similar of like the best lies are almost all truth. I believe that most of what Raishan said is true, but that at least some of it is certainly false. So I don't know how what exactly that means. I guarantee that it is both true and false, or is deceptively true. that she included only the truths that would lead towards a different conclusion than the correct one. So I actually think I think that Raishan is probably relatively reliable, just not guaranteed helpful. And probably actively unhelpful, or not actively, but purposefully unhelpful, probably at times. Let's see. Real assume Brotaurus, Goldhen, and Clasp have a plan to strike the Senior King according to Raishan. Where would I put that? Maybe I'll put it in like events or just like generic information. Or do I put it under assume? I think I'm going to put it under assume and under Raishan. Real seeker assume Brotaurus, who I don't recognize, and I don't think I have an article for Brotaurus. And Goldhand, which is Brahm Goldhand. Oh no. Wait, so do we have two Brahm Goldhands? Oh, we do, motherfucker. Died during the fall of Amon, according to Gilmore. Oh, right. Brahm Goldhand died, according to Gilmore. Now, I don't remember how detailed Gilmore's account of that was. This is seemingly contradicted by Raishan's claim that Brahm Goldhand was planning something against Thordak with Seeker Assume. So something there, but I don't remember how confident Gilmore was. Like, I don't remember if Gilmore was like, I saw him die. Or if it was just like big implied, you know? Because if Gilmore's just like, yeah, he went outside and never came back, that's, you know, that's very shaky. Which, by the fact that I'm going to actually assume that it was something like that. But I don't know. Let's see. I have a plan to strike the Singer King according to Raishan. Was being impersonated by Raishan for a while. According to Raishan, real assume Brotaurus Goldhand, Brahm Goldhand, and the class. The clasp are everywhere, dude. There's something fucking up with them. Also, there are two clasps, apparently. Which is awesome. So cool. The clasp. So the clasp here is 192. The clasp there is 190. Sick. So get rid of that one. Let's see. Oh, yeah. There's all of them. It seems like anything that was in like a deeper... anything that got put into like a deeper folder just like didn't get recognized somehow. Yeah, okay. The Hand of Ord, the Arcana Panasophical, Derolo, Dr. D's Troop, House Briarwood, Cult of Vecna, Herd of Storms. Okay. Seemingly Dead Disbanded was the Skywalkers. That's right. I guess. Wait, I didn't want to do like a seemingly disbanded thing. So we'll get rid of that. Apparent enemies. Get rid of that. Where's House Briarwood? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. And then apparent allies are like the Zephyra, the Slayer's Take, Herd of Storms, Dr. D's Troop, and Derolo family. Okay. Let's see. I stabbed him myself because I'm the BB. Jeez, Sean Gilmore. Exactly. See, you get it. Chat always gets it. Chat always gets it. Where? Rashawn. That's right. Assume sent her to inform them of plans. Yeah. Somehow I see that's one of the things that I really doubt. That like Seeker Assume actually sent her. I don't know about that, Chief. But it's also like not something that like I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but it's not something that like crazy matters on the order of all the information that she gave them. Okay. What's their plan? Okay. Let's see. One that'll fail, of course. You see, they put their knowledge of what a red dragon is capable of. They believe that by quelling the flames or stoking some nature of the crystal in its belly's magic, there would be a way to stop him. And there is a path to be taken there, yes. But their knowledge is faulty. They don't understand the nature of the enchantment, and should they attack, they will burn in the flames of their own righteousness. For sure. Okay. I do think that the Thordak info that he's holding over Raishon could very well be Vecna related. I think there's a decent shot of that, but it's not entirely clear. Oh, of course. Of course there's a whole separate, because I used to have just items, and then I made items, materials, and constructs. So, of course, there's a big copy of it. There we go. Okay. I think I need... I'm wondering... Items, materials, and constructs. Okay, we're going to do more. Items, materials, constructs, magics. This is a very broad category, but I still think it works. Even as a crazy broad category, because these are all like distinct. They're just like bespoke pieces of world building, essentially. You know, chronomancy. Exactly. The most powerful magic, according to Eggfort. Dude, I watched episode 2. We're editing it right now. Holy shit. That was a crazy ending to episode 2. You will see plenty of my reaction to it. Spirit curse. Yeah. Spirit curse. Let's see. Speaking of the Feywild, reminiscent. Yeah. Did I write down anything about the spirit curse? I think I did. It's just later. So we'll keep spirit curse open. Let's see. Was he seeking you or was he seeking Whitestone? Based on the correspondence that was put out by Thordak, he was very perturbed at the death of the black dragon that you've slain. As such, he sent... Okay. So this is all according to Raishan. But... yeah... largely because I have interest in deciding my plan against Thordak. Let's just say some of it may include a trinket or two that have come in your way on your travels. Wait, what? Okay. Something happened to the notes in this area. I don't know quite what's wrong. Let's see. But I'm going to head back to the episode really quick because we have time codes for it all. So it's episode 70. So Vox Machina Ep 70. You
guys are having a whole night.
Okay. Because, yeah, whatever I was copy and pasting just ended at some point, and I know not why. And then... I want to re-listen to her say that she might need some of Vox's trinkets, which I assume are vestiges. I would have to assume that, I feel like. Let's see, okay.
Sent a rather large assortment of his and Vorogol's, so I have an army to sweep the entire Middle Eastern sides of Taldore in search of you, I presume.
You, I presume. Thankfully, okay. In search of you, I presume. Thankfully, your allies put up some sort of illusory barrier, which I did not disturb during that time to whatever consolation that is to our agreement. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So where's Raishan's article? Raishan. No, not apparent allies, apparent enemies. Raishan. Okay. This is more Thordak information. Base. In search of you. So we're just gonna throw it out there according to Raishan. Okay. So past this segment, actually, nah, we don't need that. What info from Raishan. Matt, based on the correspondence, yeah. On the death of the black dragon that you've slain, as such, sent a rather large assortment of his and Vorugol's wyvern army to sweep the entire Middle Eastern side of Taldore in search for you. Middle Eastern, okay. And then 4649. Let me just make sure that I wrote this down right. We should have told you to make popcorn for the reaction or bears. Maybe I will start making popcorn. Maybe I'll start doing a late night cozy watch.
I have interest in...
Okay.
Why the length and breadth of Whitestone?
Largely because I have interests in deciding my plan against Thordak. Let's just say some of it may include a trinket or two that have come in your way in your travels.
Okay, so they immediately go to the siphon, which makes sense because it is in answer to a question. But see, this is where I think her trickery might be kind of on display. So she says right here. Let's see. In response to why she must maintain access to the length and breadth of Whitestone. Length and breadth of Whitestone. Largely because I have interest in deciding my plan against Thordak. Let's just say some of it may include a trinket or two that have come in your way during your travels. This is what I mean by, like, reliably unreliable, is because I don't think she's necessarily answering their question. I think she is, so she's not technically lying, but I don't think she's actually answering, like, the spirit of it. So why must she maintain access to the length and breadth of Whitestone? The answer is largely because I have interest in deciding my plan against Thordak. And I think that is where the answer ends. I don't think the rest of this is in response to that question, even though she's obviously making it sound like it is. Let's just say some of it may include a trinket or two that have come in your way during your travels. So this makes it sound as though the trinket or two is referring to something in Whitestone. Something in Whitestone. The only things of real consequence in Whitestone are the ziggurat, and in parentheses, and siphon, and the sun tree. Right? Like, I'm thinking about anything else that is in Whitestone that she would need access to. Right? I think it would just be the ziggurat and the sun tree. These obviously don't sound like trinkets. I think it's possible that it was a purposeful non sequitur, and the trinkets she's referring to are one or more of the vestiges, most likely Whisper. Because Whisper is the one that part of its like hook was that it was the center of many a dark ritual. So I think there's a really, really solid chance that it is one of the trinkets that she's talking about. And this is what I mean by, like, I think everything she has said is true, but that does not mean that it can't be deceptive, you know? Largely because strongly implies that there are other reasons. Well, that's also true. That is also true, that she's also very much obfuscating it, even in the answer. Maybe the dragon has a thing for guns? Yeah, but even, like, being in Whitestone wouldn't I mean, I guess that Percy's workshop is here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The only other thing I do want to check, I want to reread the account of Thordak's. The account of Thordak's from death from Allura. Episode 4 is when we got the first info on Thord from Allura. Lorded over Marquette, but was repulsed 400 years ago, was thought to have died. 15 years ago, rediscovered having been ruling Viscan. And it's just that's just an island. Been pillaging. Allura and Drake attempted to hunt down, but were overpowered. Then he was sealed in the elemental plane of fire, but broke out. On Thordak's chest, where the scales are normally uniform, there was an obfuscation. Right, it's How did Thordak get locked away to begin with? Allura's teammate worked as a Thord follower. Oh, this is me theorizing about if Eskull or Thunderbrand are Raishan. Damn. Follower convinced Thor to embrace his full power. This all kind of seems like it's on the up and up now. Need to fully embrace the essence of fire. Jesus. The Heartstone, we had convinced him to take into himself, banish him permanently. Within his torso. Thordak's and Raishan says that she corrupted the stone. She's like, I did it all. Where I proposed, I corrupted the binding stone. Okay. So she's our answer now as to, if she's telling the truth, as to how she got out. And apparently the Heartstone is what grew him. Sildor Visara claims that dragons of that size have been seen at some point in history, which is interesting, especially now. Interesting. These people can't be Raishan because Raishan can only take a single form, and also that would be too many shapeshifters in one campaign. No! Oh, no. Oh, boy. Lol. Yeah. I think, yeah, okay. I think there's a decent shot she wants Whisper. I still think that. Thordak, according to Raishan, Thordak does not know what's underneath Whitestone. According to Raishan, Thordak does not know what lies beneath Whitestone. Raishan doesn't know anything about the Briarwoods. And this is, again, when we talk about reliable narration, I wonder if there's some sort of bullshit of like they got new names when they started worshiping Vecna. And so she's like, I don't know anything about the Briarwoods. I know about these two other people that the people formerly known as the Briarwoods. But I don't know. Okay. Melora. We don't even have an article from Melora. New note. Melora. Is Melora an enemy of Vecna? Do we know that? Essentially, Melora is the goddess of the wilderness and the sea. Very nature, very life, elemental-based deity. And then Vecna is not a god. Vecna was very powerful, wanted to become a god, and was bulked and scattered. Supposedly destroyed a long time ago, but the cults still endure and infiltrate and wander various parts of Exandria. Interesting. There is also a question mark. I do wonder, was it actually a temple to Melora? You know, in Raishan's backstory? Because it seems like, I mean, hell yeah, you know, fuck the dragon. Fuck the person that's trying to kill you. But the whole, like, temple and followers and altar, it just doesn't speak very druid to me. Which is fine. You know, it's not to say that it can't be that. Like, if it ends up all being true, that it was a temple to Melora, it was druids, like, that's fine. But it just seems unlikely. You know? And so I'm wondering, because the temple to Melora that was built by a high druid for her roving peons kind of sounds similar to how Matt describes the Vecna cults. The cults still endure and infiltrate and wander various parts of Exandria. Now, it could just be that he's talking about religious followers in similar ways, because religious following, no matter who you're worshiping, maybe it, you know, manifests in similar ways or in similar behaviors. That's super possible, but it just, I don't know. It's just combined with the fact that it already doesn't feel like a very nature deity druid sort of situation. Like the fucking death curse, the fucking death soul curse already kind of doesn't feel right. I don't know. Something about it just doesn't smell right to me. I do wonder. Actually, I think I'm going to put this in Raishan's backstory. I do wonder about this being a Melora temple. It could be, of course, but something about it seems wrong. I'm wondering if this was a tactical lie, swapping out the deity. To obfuscate something that Vox may have really not liked. Maybe Vecna Temple? Maybe Raven Queen Temple? I mean, fuck. Maybe. No, we know that the ziggurat below Whitestone was an Ioun temple. Osisa said that. Although I guess why not? I guess actually that maybe is even more sensible. I mean, maybe Raven Queen Temple. I mean, fuck. It could even have been the Ioun temple below Whitestone. Raishan could have been working with the Briarwoods and may have been the one to help them clear out Whitestone. Although, that's a bit of a stretch. Although, this seems like a lot of a stretch. I think it's more likely that if she swapped out the deity, that it's like a Raven Queen temple or a Vecna temple or a Sarenrae temple or something like that. Something that's like more personal to them that might have like pissed them off. I don't know. It just doesn't seem druidy, Melora-y. You know what I'm saying? They're simple curses. Aha, so we finally got the spirit curse. Okay. Basically burn their soul, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. Through the two of you conversing over this, there are simple curses that can be imparted for a temporary period of time, usually some sort of a penance to someone who slighted you. Some that are part of a corruption on the land, i.e. the Shade Merc, feels like. A blight that spreads to a life source. To a life source? Okay. Sure. And there are soul curses, usually where someone feels so wronged in their final moments that they basically burn their soul and any possibility of the afterlife purely to scourge whatever was responsible for their pain. It's rarely ever done because it's essentially accepting oblivion. Your existence is done. The gods don't hold any sway over your immortal soul. There is no afterlife. However, you die knowing, for whatever that means in that brief moment, that you have scarred the individual in some degree for possibly the rest of time. Interesting. There is something to note here. Something to note here. Not even sure how relevant it could be, but the Raven Queen is the first person that gets souls after they die, then passing them forward from there. Yeah. Something about that just sticks out to me when I see the gods don't hold any sway. Makes me feel like these sorts of curses could be related to subverting divine will in the afterlife more broadly. Although that's pure speculation, it could also just be the more intuitive answer that there is no soul to have sway over, and that this was just colorful language. I don't know. There's something that smells about that to me, but I can't. There's nothing, there's nothing specific. I think the Melora connection to the staff is coincidental. It's a solid plan regardless. Yeah, I still think that. Because, yeah, it's items, vestiges, Spire of Conflux. Yeah, staff born from Melora's very breath. Yeah, a staff that can bend the elements and was taken into the abyss by Yoran the Sea Speaker, hero of the Verdant Expanse, about 4 centuries back. Well, I guess the only note there. I mean, this could be pure coincidence. The only thing to note there, Lord over Marquette, but was repulsed 400 years ago. Oh my god. Okay, someone... Walgreens is being very insistent about calling me right now. It's an automated call. When did automated calls start retrying in like 30 minutes? And it wasn't even like an important thing. It was just an information about like a prescription delay. Weird. Yeah, so is a staff that can bend the elements and was taken into the abyss by Yorin the Sea Speaker, hero of the Verdant Expanse, about 4 centuries back, and was never heard from again. About 4 centuries back, which is the exact same timing that Thordak was repulsed. Do we know anything about the Verdant Expanse other than here? Spire of Conflux, Singorn. Hello. The Verdant Expanse is where Singorn normally is. Okay. So Singorn... So then the Verdant Expanse is in... Okay, then the Verdant Expanse is in Taldore. In Taldore, normally where Singorn is. So this Yorin fellow... The Verdant Expanse... I mean, I guess I don't know the exact borders of it, but that's also sounds close to where the Zephyra are, if I remember correctly. Although the Zephyra might have just been brought up at very similar times to Singorn, so maybe I'm confusing it for that reason. But I believe that's relatively close to the Zephyra. Keyless Home, cloaked against the Clorma Conclave, Erishari. I guess we don't know. I don't think we've actually been there. We've only scryed on it. And I guess I implied that it was nearby. Because I think we scryed on it at the same time as we scryed on the Pyra and the hole that Singorn used to be in. So I think I just kind of implied that they were all nearby each other, but obviously they're not, because the Verdant Expanse and the Pyra are on 2 different continents. Yeah, I don't know. Of note, Yorin went into the abyss around went into the abyss 400 years ago. I'll do around, which is a very similar time that was given for when Devosa. Oh, I don't even have a thing for Devosa yet. Shit. For when Devosa repelled and killed Thordak in Marquette. I just want to note that it might be entirely coincidental. Oh, of course, there's another Marquette. God, this is so annoying. Regions. Marquette. So where's the other Marquette? Regions. Wait, what? It only has this like beginning bit because Marquette exists somewhere else. Otherwise, it wouldn't have that. Marquette. Aha, 2 Marquettes. Locations, regions, locations, land masses. Aha. So the regions one is wrong. They're actually in land masses. Let's see if there are any others like that. Is Asilra? Asilra's duplicated. Othanzia's not because it's on Asilra. Taldore, which got renamed to Taldore Continent. And I guess this should be Taldore. I'm going to say country. Urine went where? What? No ads. No ads. We're good. We're chilling. I don't know what you mean. Daniel. Let's see. Okay. So I think... Oh, well, the silver cut. Got... Duplicated Kymel? I believe Kymel is just a city, so it should be in cities. It is. Look at that. And then Exandria might be the only one that doesn't have anything. I guess it's technically a region, but I wouldn't even say that. Plains? Yeah, I think that's all fair. Yeah, I think Exandria is the only one that doesn't get a subfolder. Okay. Singorn, Thordak, Vecna. Yeah. Oh no. I got rid of all of them. Okay. So, yeah. I think the Melora Staff Canestron, a Garistro is a fiend. I believe I actually have... Yeah, Garistro is one of the, 2 species notes that I have. Fiend. Do I have Yank? I do have Yank. He was in seemingly unimportant randos. Oh, and apparently he's somewhere else as well. Great. Ay. Seemingly unimportant randos is Yank. Apparent neutral? Ah, he's also an imparent neutral. I am still going to put him in apparent neutral. Especially now that he's charmed. He's charmed. It's fine. Yank. There you go. Speeding up. You guys spend the better part of an hour for libraries. Oh, the Betrayer Gods. Okay. You do find one that deals with tales of Betrayer Gods. It's more an old history tome that deals with pre-divergence. It deals with the Founding, which is the first era, the Age of Arcanum, which is the second. This is all pre-divergence. Okay. So, okay. New note. We're going to call the Founding first era. Oh, wait, no. The first era. Was ended by the first war. and led into the second era, the Age of Arcanum. And speaking of that, Age of Arcanum, second era. This is all pre-divergence. Okay. Ended. Oh, which? Oh, no. More duplicates. 123 words, 134 words. Okay. We're going to go with that one. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Ended by the Second War and the Second War, i.e., the divergence. As far as I currently understand it, I think it's also possible. Enough delay that the joke didn't land, poking fun at how you were pronouncing Juron. Oh, Euron. Yeah, I wasn't looking at chat quick enough. Damn. I think it's possible, and I think I even have this noted in the Divergence article. Calamity was the final battles of the god before the Divergence. So it seems like there's it's either Matt still figuring things out, which is very possible, still like hammering things out, or that there is possibly confusion in the modern era about this, but it seems as though the Divergence is sort of the climax of the Second War. They aren't necessarily synonyms. Or the Divergence is the result of the Second War. Sort of unclear. Unclear, at least from my notes currently. So. Yeah, I don't know. It speaks of the Betrayer Gods, which we have in the Divergence. Speaks of the Betrayer Gods and many of their creations and their followers that began to lay waste to civilization and began to enslave the creators of those that remained on the side of the light. What's up, Delphi? I'm feeling all right. I think I will be hopefully doing a lot better by tomorrow. We can hope. But yeah, feeling all right. It's possible. I'm gonna go live no matter what tomorrow. It is possible that it might just be an unfortunately not it might not be up to the normal quality, I would say. But we'll see. I don't know. It's hard to say. Bites idly chews on tongue regarding nomenclature. Yeah. Yeah, because I have to assume that a lot of this... I have to assume that, number one, a lot of this changed across Campaign 1, probably. And a lot of it was probably incredibly clarified during Calamity. Which I don't know. I don't know that to be true. But I think it is. All good, take care of yourself. I will, yeah. Nah, it's more just frustrating, you know? Because I like streaming. And I like doing stuff. It's tough when the mind does not comply. And when the doggies do not comply. The dogs have been very not happy. But only about only like a week left. So by next Wednesday, what is it, like the 30th, I think? Should be very resolved. It's definitely very temporary. The Betrayer Gods. It's more of an old history tome that deals with pre-divergence. He didn't even give a name. Didn't even give us a name. Some of the more specific parts of nomenclature still trip me up, having seen every canon thing at least once. Yeah, I'm sure. Which is like, it's definitely not a bad thing in terms of world building. Like, in terms of world building, it, as things fade into myth and legend, it would totally track to have different words for things, to have some words mixed up, to have some words be different across traditions, you know, due to different interpretations. Like, it all absolutely makes sense. But it doesn't help with the theorizing. Is this what biblical scholars feel like? Probably is. At this precise moment, he's heavy on the timeline. Yeah. Just generally, the goal of this stream is just to clean up all the notes. But this one just happens to be heavy on timeline. Historic revelations told by Matt has changed slightly each time. Yeah. They've already changed, I feel like, slightly since I've started hearing them. But yeah. Fun to see where it started and where it's going. Hell yeah. I agree. Okay. From a history tome in Whitestone, in episode, what was it? Oh my god, there was so much in this episode. Episode 70. 0108. There we go. All right, and scroll. Here, let's see. Afterlife, Greastro. Okay, there we go. And shoop. You do find one that deals with tales of the Betrayer Gods. It's more of an old history tome. It deals with the founding. It speaks to the Betrayer Gods and of their many creations. You do see mentioned in there various fiends and demons and princes of evil. Okay. I'm gonna leave that part out. Deals with the founding, which is the second era. That's all pre-divergence. It speaks of the Betrayer Gods. There are many creations and their followers that began to lay waste to civilization and began to enslave the creators of those that remained on the side of the light. Okay. One of my favorite stories of the difficulties of historical reenactment and also the importance of having different viewpoints on things. For years, historians thought this one culture stored knives in the rafters because they worshipped a sun god and wanted to bless their knives by keeping them high up. As soon as a woman was allowed in that field of study, she said, nah, it's probably just keeping knives away from young kids. That's very fair. Yeah. That's a good anecdote. It's a good anecdote. I agree. Yeah. It is incredibly difficult. I barely ever I don't dive into history as much as some, but I've done a bit of diving, and the pain of historical reconstruction and of trying to like put together the puzzle pieces is intense. Let's see, called a Vrock. You see another, the by is Serpentine. She has 6 arms. It says Merilith. Behind them, you see a looming, turned up, pug-like nose, Garistro. Let's see. So let's go put this all on the Garistro page. A looming creature of hulking fur and muscle with fists like battering rams, a turned up pug-like nose with a toothy jaw, and giant horns adorned with brass that curve forward. Under that, it says Garistro. Okay. Oh. You seek. Okay, so you seek this with your allies. Some have already found secrets. I can only say that the path you walked to the Sphinx gave you what you need. Crazy vague. I don't even know where to store this one necessarily. This is just like a bespoke piece of information. I feel like I either will end up putting it on the Raven Queen or on Vaxildon. Maybe I'll cross-post it. Maybe I'll put it on both. Oh, no. Raven Queen. And where's Vaxildon? There we go. One of my faves is the Roman concrete. How, of course, you use saltwater when making it. No, we don't need to specify that in the recipe because everyone knows. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Greastro MM14, page 59. Gotcha. Interesting. I probably won't end up looking at it. Maybe I will. I don't know. Not right now, at least. So that's Vax. That's Raven Queen. Okay. Pike's knowledge of the Raven Queen. Queen of being vague. It's accurate. Let's see. Convo with Vax about Yank. Is there anything you can tell me about the fiend named Yank? Stay alive. And also Vex. Knowledge of this is earned. You seek this with your allies. Some have already found secrets. I can only say that the path you walked to the Sphinx gave you what you need. Stay alive. I wonder. Oh, I wonder. Convo with, and then instead of Vax, it's Raven Queen. Knowledge that you seek is for your allies. I don't remember the description of the inside of Sphinx Mountain, but I wonder if it was described ziggurat-like. I don't remember if it was. I don't think so. It obviously had those portals to the other plane. And it was, or to the other planes, and it was very elementally focused. But I wonder if this is actually in. So I've been trying to figure out. Let me just write out my thoughts. I've been trying to figure out what could have been on the path to the Sphinxes, Osissa or Kamal, and coming up short. Osissa's path could refer to the trials in which they in which they killed Rhymefang and Hodis. Kamal's path could refer to the... I guess it could refer to the... Not Winter's Crest. Frostweald. Could refer to the Frostweald. Actually, wait a second. I remember something. I don't even think I wrote it down in a landmark or in a location. I think I wrote it down in an NPC article. What was his name? Was it Cornelius? No. No. Who the fuck is this? Oh, this is Grand Maven. No. It's the guy that they saved that was the cartographer. Skork? No. No. Yeah, Tiralok. Yes. He was a map maker. Vox Machina saved him from eternal petrification at the Ioun obelisk in the Frostweald. There was an Ioun obelisk in the Frostweald. There was an Ioun obelisk in the Frostweald. Okay, 1 second. The Ziggurats under Whitestone and Vasselheim in the Slayer's Take basement are both temples of Ioun. Osisa. No. Why would Osisa be in seemingly unimportant randos? I do not think that Osisa is a seemingly unimportant rando. 438. 27. Sure. All right, delete. Jesus. Oh, yeah, Abdras Noja's in there too, of course. God, all of the duplicating is really annoying. Okay, Sir Konos might actually be a seemingly unimportant rando. Okay, same thing with Cyrus. And frankly, Earthbreaker Groon. Gondrick. Okay, a couple of these make sense. Probably checked. Nala the Nymph, yeah. Sol de Taldore. Tyriok. He is a seemingly unimportant rando, but let's see. Seeker, assume, Uriel Taldore. Okay, cool. All right, we've brought it all back together. But okay, so now it should just be Osisa. There we go. Osisa is bonded and or somehow connected to Ioun. She was basically, and yeah, I know a guy NPC. Osisa was. That's true. She was the seemingly unimportant rando at first, but I think she's become less so. Now, Kamal Jaori is Osisa's mate, which doesn't explicitly tie him to Ioun, but there was an obelisk related to Ioun in the Frostweald. On the way to Sphinx Mountain. Do I not have a Sphinx Mountain? Wait, I must. Am I spelling it wrong? Sphinx. I don't have Sphinx Mountain? I guess that makes sense. I won't even deal with it for now. Sphinx Mountain and Sphinx Mountain, Kamal Jaori. So it's possible Kamal's path could refer to the Frostweald, and even more possibly to the Ioun obelisk. The Ioun obelisk in the Frostweald. Yeah. Or to the poem inside of the Frostweald. The Four Remember. Okay. Also, though, there could be a path that Vox has taken that they didn't see through. It's possible that one such path, one where they got something, had a sphinx at the end of it. I've been approaching this assuming that they knew the path you walk to the Sphinx. That they assuming that RQ was referring to a Sphinx they had met, but she only explicitly referred to the path. So, is it possible that the path where they got the gate scroll, which did end up being all they needed, would have eventually led to a temple to Ioun and a sphinx? And Four endure, the four remember. What would Osisa be if she was an element? Because the Glintshore is obviously very fire coded. The Frostweald is icy, possibly water for Kamalja Ori. What would Osisa be? I guess she's very underground. What are the four elements? Fuck. Earth, fire, water, air. Earth, fire, water, air. So in this assumption, the glint shore, if I'm pairing, right, if there are four sphinxes, which is what I at one point thought the four remembered would relate to, and if one of them is, or maybe even was, on the glint shore was a volcano. So to me, it's very fire. So, and then cold is basically water. So Kamal's water. This question mark glint shore sphinx is fire. And then Osisa would then have to be air or earth. I guess possibly if we also assume that the temple in Whitestone used to have a sphinx in it, then that one would have probably been earth, given the residuum, which would then make Osisa air. I guess that makes sense for her, like, divining stuff. For her, like, scrying and shit. It's like peering through the air. I don't know. I'm going to add this into the four remember theory. The four remember. Okay. Yeah, and I wrote it down. I wrote this part down in here. I remember now. Okay. Possible update in regards to the RQ vague assertion. Didn't she have wings? I think all Gynosphinx have wings. Although I suppose that that's still a thing. Actually, Gynosphinx. I think Gynosphinx just have wings. What's the corollary to a Gynosphinx? Sphinx. Enhanced Sphinx. Sphinx. Enhanced Sphinx. Andro. Oh, Andro Sphinxes have wings as well. I mean, they still got wings, I guess. To the vague RQ assertion, it could be that she was referring to the gate scroll, meaning that the path on the glint shore was a path to a sphinx. That would mean that we know of 3 sphinxes currently. Possibly, 3 sphinxes currently, possibly all related to an element. Glint Sphinx. Glint Sphinx is fire. Kamal is water. Osisa. Osisa is air. And I should put frost wield, fire, volcanic island. Osisa is air, scrying, and shit. And the implied fourth was possibly the Sphinx of the Ioun Temple under Whitestone. Likely killed by the Briarwoods. Yeah, likely killed by the Briarwoods. Related to Earth, to mirror the residuum in the area, as well as the sun tree and ley lines. All very earthy. I don't know. I thought Matt described her as driving to the figuratively to the ziggurat by flying. Maybe as to the ziggurat by flying. I mean, I think that she just jumps over the top of the ziggurat and like lands in front of them. I don't remember any like specific call out to flight. Giving me Serafina's entrance in the Aragon movie. I think you might not even be thinking of the wrong magical creature, but I don't think there was any specific emphasis on her flight, if I remember correctly. Frost Wield. Which would also kind of imply that there was possibly something related to Ioun on Glintshore. But I don't know what that would have been. I don't remember anything specific sticking out to me like that. Like other than the altar that was on the inside. I guess we'll see when we get there. Okay. Ioun seems to be in some shit. You know what I'm saying? She seems to be involved. And she is the goddess of knowledge, which seems like, in terms of like the divergence, right? It's like they taught mortals magic. It's like, in terms of the bad gods, it seems like she just stayed on the right side, because the bad gods seem to do a lot of things that she would seemingly be in favor of. Like they were spreading knowledge to the mortals, right? So it seems like, I don't know. It seems like she may have some possibly darker tendencies, or might just have stuff that's related to darker shit, just coincidentally even. Interesting. Oh yeah, Oswin Grood. Yeah. I forgot about this. Okay, wait. Parent neutral. We gotta get a new article for this guy. Oswin Grood. I don't think I already have him in an article. No, I don't. Okay. Oswin Grood. What do you call the person that writes the contract? The buyer? The purchaser? I don't even know what you would call that. The person who put out the contract, I guess. Put out the contract for Rhymefang. The client. Yeah, I guess. The client on the... Oh, no more ads. Oh, no. 2 hours have already passed? Yeesh. We might have to stop soon. I didn't even get through fucking anything. I'll have to do more consistent note-taking streams, which I want to do. So we might stop this halfway. Or not even halfway, but part of the way. The client on the Rhymefang contract. Wait, there's a Rhymefang 1? No. Parent enemies. I don't know where it is. Shit. Yeah, whatever. The client on the Rhymefang contract that Vox completed. Member of the Arcana Panasophical via history check. Also, one of the names on Animus. Do I have Animus as its own thing yet? I don't even have Animus as its own thing. On Animus, Ripley's. Dr. Anna Ripley's gun. And when Hodis came back, he worked with the Clasp to assassinate Vox. The Clasp are also the ones who handled the egg. Dude, the Clasp are so insanely suspicious. Like, I can't even form, like, a cohesive theory about what's going on with them because I know that what's going on with them is that they're bad guys. But, like, they're so clearly bad guys that, like, no one, like, really looks into it. There's like, Thieves Guild doing Thief Guild shit. And it's like, no. They're doing other shit. Clearly. But it's not being, like, investigated. Or they investigated it pre-stream and didn't include it in the pre-stream video. I don't know. Both her and the allies in Amon were working with the Clasp. The person Osgrood who hired them to kill Rhymefang is also on one of the names on Ripley's gun, Animus. Yeah. Okay. Osisa worships Ioun, according to Matt. Oh, well, there you go. I don't think I fully had that. Osisa worships Ioun. Worships. I should actually put that in Osisa. Worships Ioun. Oh, and I also need to actually organize all this. What do you mean that an illegal organization can't be trusted to stick to one very specific type of illegality? It's crazy. It's insane. I have been keeper of this temple for hundreds of years. Only hundreds is actually kind of surprising. I would have thought longer, honestly. And at this moment, you will come to bear the mark and be known as our allies. She looks down, and what was once clear glass slowly begins to glow the same white-blue light as her eyes. It is here through the heart glass. Yeah, that's right. That Ioun herself extends my vision to watch the world. From here, I can see where our glory lies and lays rest. When contracts are brought to our attention, I can see if they cannot be hunted. What Wait a second. Heartstone. They are crystals. There are remnants of the first war. The first war that exist in this world and others. The very core of the elemental chaos itself. The hearts of the titans left behind. These heartstones are the very basis, or at least shadows of the basis, of what made the elements when creation came to be. The nature of these is that they cannot be taken out of the planes. If they are brought beyond the plane themselves, they generally shatter, and the few that can be brought across temporarily, the magics that contain them do weaken, and those that attempt to harness their power leave it to ruin, destroying all around them before it whirls itself into a frenzy of uncontrollable arcane mass and destroys everything nearby. These were many of the fools who ushered in the beginning of the Second War. That's a little interesting in this context. Heartstones are not forged, they exist at the remnants of primordial titans from the beginning of time. Okay. Let's just think about this for a second. The Osisa calls it a heart glass. Osisa has a heart glass that allows her to extend her vision. Thordak Where? Thordak. Thordak. Where are you? How did Thordak get locked away to begin with? Follower convinced Thord to embrace his full power. Follower convinced Thord that he could contain a Heartstone. The Heartstone we had convinced him to take into himself. We found a way to seal it, banish it permanently to that plane. Which the Heartstone is the aforementioned Soul Anchor. Which Soul Anchor... Wait. What about Soul Anchor? Both the thing is a Soul Anchor and a Heartstone. Okay. Yeah. So the Soul Anchor may not be necessarily a Heartstone. A Heartstone might be a Soul Anchor, but a Soul Anchor might not necessarily be a Heartstone. I think they're possibly connected, but not explicitly, or not guaranteed. But the aforementioned now lures of a process. Within his torso was the pulsing heart of red glass. Red glass. Like heart glass. Thordak has a Heartstone. They're the Heartstone in Thordak is described as a pulsing heart of red glass. A pulsing heart of red glass. I'm going to switch these. Cisa has a heart glass that allows her to extend her vision. She also claims that using it comes at a cost. The gift comes at a price to me, but the good I can do, that we can do, is far more important than my sacrifice. Comes at a cost. It turns, when she uses it, let's see. She looks down, what was once clear glass slowly begins to glow with the same white-blue light as her eyes. Sky? Sky? Extend her vision. She also claims that using it comes at a cost. Her eyes are perpetually sky blue. Is that right? I guess I don't have the original description. That's fine though. Her eyes are perpetually sky blue, and when she uses the heart glass, it also turns the same sky blue. Possibly indicative of its elemental relation, air. I wonder what color Kamal Jaori's eyes were. Also, I've never questioned this. Also, where the heck did Allura / the Arcana Pansophical get the Heartstone for Thordak? Is it possible that they took it from the Glintshore Sphinx? If there is one of those. And either way, it is here that this heart glass that Ioun herself extends my vision. Through the heart glass, Ioun herself extends the vision. Also, Osisa claims that Ioun herself extends her vision via the heart glass. That seems strange. Yeah. These were many of the fools who ushered in the beginning of the Second War. That seems a bit strange, given that we have separate testimony that users of the heart stones, ones that brought them to the material plane, were, and I quote, fools. Many of the fools who ushered in the beginning of the Second War. Ioun's seeming a little suspicious. Ioun is giving me a little bit of pause. I don't know. Users of the Heartstones, ones that brought them to the material plane, were many of the fools who ushered in the beginning of the Second War. And the beginning of the Second War, according to at least Vordian theology, was teaching mortals magic. Magic corrupted, split them from gods. Yeah. Dark gods got banished to other planes. And then if I look at First War... no, wait. Age of Arcanum? Betrayer gods and many of their creations and their followers that began to lay waste to civilization and began to enslave the creators of those that remained on the side of light. Because, like, the dark gods distance themselves from the rest of the gods. They question the purpose of creation, embrace the primordial chaos they once fought against. Okay, quote from Vord, back into the Heartstone. Also, a quote from Highbearer Vord. The dark gods distance themselves from the rest of the gods. They question the purpose of creation and embrace the primordial chaos they once fought against. If the Heartstones are the core of elemental chaos itself, and the users are blamed for the Second War, that seems very that seems very damning of Ioun's actions here in utilizing the Heartstone. Osisa claims that they do a lot of good and that it's worth it, but that makes Ioun a hypocrite at the very least. Assuming, that is, that she was on the side of the divine gods during the divergence. I am assuming that since it appears that all of the dark gods were cast out and Ioun is still around. There's an even darker possibility. which is that the gods as we know them were the dark gods. I left in the spoilers channel on Discord. I will say, the only thing there, don't if you want to point out something that may or may not be a spoiler in the spoilers chat, totally get it. But don't like admonish people for spoiling or whatever in the spoilers chat, because I can't see what's going on in there. And I don't want any sort of like policing of chat rules to happen where I can't see it, because then I cannot monitor the tone. Because rules are important, but the vibes are more important. So yeah, if you want to point out spoilers in the spoilers chat, that's totally cool, but no like admonishing or saying, hey, you broke the rules or whatever. None of that in spoilers chat. If it is happening, then I might have to have like someone monitor it, and I don't want to get into all that, you know. Anyways, there's also an even darker possibility, which is that the gods as we know them were the dark gods of yore. And they won. I don't even know if that one really makes sense. I don't think that totally makes sense with what we know of the dark gods. I mean, I guess we don't really know any. I guess it's not even like really that useful to try and identify dark versus light gods, nice versus bad gods, I guess. Purely because we don't really know anything about the identity of the dark gods or the betrayer gods, other than that they were dark and they betrayed. Like, we only really know about them in context, so it wouldn't even like saying that like, oh, they switched, like that wouldn't really matter. Yeah, but Ioun is seeming very, 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 very suspicious. Yeah, it's very weird that Osisa's claiming that Ioun uses the heart glass to extend, but these are cores of elemental chaos. The only reason I'm really drawing a connection is because Osisa says that there's a cost. It comes at a cost, which could possibly be similar / the same cost that Thordak is experiencing, except he can't turn it off since it's embedded in him. Yeah. Interesting. I have been streaming for like 2.5 hours, and I wanted this to be a shorter one. So I might try to finish 0108 to see if I just if I can. But we might just have to keep tackling this later. I forgot how much there is. Let's see. Where's Ayun. Yeah, I'm very suspicious on Ayun at the moment. Yeah, I don't even think about that. Did Kima and Allura show up yet? Something was weird with them, but I'm not even gonna note it. Because it's literally just like at one point when they talked to them, they were a little sweaty. That's just going into the vibes folder and nowhere else, you know? Let's see. Eventually, she comes back with Allura, the gate scroll. Tip says, got a handful of days left. Too young and dumb. Sidearm. Allura is bottom. Bahamut. Allura sent Vox after Kima was simply because she'd been gone a while. Oh, that's right. I remembered that there was some weird Allura stuff in this episode. Apparent allies, close allies, Allura Vice Orin. I guess we'll say as of Ep 70. Yeah. The OG reason. I guess we'll make these two separate headers. As of Ep 70, or as of Ep 65. The OG reason that Allura sent Vox after Kima was simply because she had been gone for a while. Seems a bit of odd reasoning, given that Allura's ability to scry/do sending. She didn't mention the lack of these working, at least as far as we know from Matt's Ep 1 recap. It's possible that she mentioned it to Vox, but Matt just didn't include that detail in the recap. There we go. Oh yeah, okay. So we gotta make an animus. We have to make an animus. Dr. Anna Ripley. Dr. Anna Ripley's gun seems to have been tied to Smokey. Why is Smokey an apparent neutral? I don't know that I would say that. Smokey. Smokey, this has 70 words. This Smokey also has 70 words. Okay. No more apparent neutral Smokey. There we go. Dr. Aaron really seems to have been tied to Smokey. As you attune to the weapon. Had 3 names on it. And I have those in a previous one. I'm just going to look up Osgrood. Osgrood. Yeah, there we go. Richter Wells. King Bertrand de Gwendal. Had 3 names on it. And The names did not disappear when Ripley died. Did not disappear when Ripley died. Yeah. Yeah. They disappeared after Percy attuned it. Yeah, which is different. I'm gonna make a new theory now, I think. So new note. Oh no. Where'd it go? Untitled. We're gonna call this. We're gonna call this Soul Switch. Soul Switch. I have to remind myself of what all I even said because it was, I remember it was lengthy, my writings here. That's assumed. There we go. Okay. From Ep 70 08. Oh no, 01 08. There we go. As you attune the weapon, there's a brief dark familiar. No. Despite Ripley having manifested Orthax, we don't actually know if Animus was technically linked to Ripley. List consumes souls. Animus is capable of storing souls. The term animus could be connection to souls. I wonder if the names are derived from a portion of the soul. Yeah, this is where I thought that possibly Ripley put someone else's soul inside of Animus. Yeah. We'll see if that ends up even being remotely close to the case. But I'll section it off into that theory, and then we'll see. Oh, we got some Whitestone ley line information. I forgot. Whitestone, theories, locations. Has Suntree. Yeah, there we go. The Whitestone ley line spoke off in 6 directions. Okay. And then, to be perfectly honest, Keyleth. Oh, right. I forgot about this. To be perfectly honest, Keyleth, even Pelor's grace left this place hundreds of years ago. His presence was here in bits and pieces, but when I was first taking seed, the gods were much more present, much easier to read, kinda lonely nowadays. Which, that's a whole other bit that I don't even know where to put. Know what I'm saying? The gods are dead? No, I mean, we know that the gods aren't dead, obviously. The Raven Queen is obviously still super around. Like, Ioun, assumingly, is still around, given Osisa's comments. Sarenrae? Not Cord. Vesh. So, I mean, there definitely are people around. But this is a weird comment from, I think I think God of civilization. God of civilization, I think. Don't exactly remember. He's a generic Soul Invictus clone. Sun, beauty, light, goodness, all that jazz. Let's see. Although, according to the Sun Tree... Okay. Interesting. Oh, yeah, the Diseased Deceiver. NPCs, apparent allies, apparent enemies. Right. AKA the Diseased Deceiver. I don't think I spelled diseased right. I didn't spell it even close to right, apparently. Uh-oh. That's, oh no. I wrote it right here. Why am I trying to guess? The Diseased Deceiver. Oh, and I spelled deceiver wrong. Oh no. Okay, cool. All right. Well, we made it through very little. But that's okay. That's okay. We have quite a few more. I'm wondering what the word count is of the other ones. Because the word count on this was 3,801. This was 792, much lower. 843, still under 1,000. Under 1,000. Literally nothing. I can just delete that one. And 20 is right around 1,000. Okay, so that was the longest one by a country mile. So we'll do another stream, probably maybe next week, possibly like next week Tuesday, maybe. We'll do another stream to clean up the rest of them, the rest of those like stream notes to be organized. But this at least gets a lot of the most current and most pressing theories out. And yeah, I think that's gonna about do it if I had to guess. So I will, yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much for joining, so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow for episode 71.5, and I will see you then. Thank you again, and goodbye. Bye, Delphi, and everyone else in chat. But Delphi's the only one whose name is in chat. Anyways, goodbye.